Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be covering how to do a quick sales page and a pop-up. Now, when you are inside your funnel, you want to go and choose the sales page. For that, I want to go and add a new step, call it sales page, and then give it the path that you want. After that, just create the sales page and then let the software process. After that, just go to sales and sales page. Now, here you can follow this method or you can just create an email opt-in if you'd like. It goes the same way. Let's go for sales page right here. Now, after that, you can create with and use any of these templates. But what I do is usually I just create my own template and then work around it so I don't encounter any bugs. And I always customize those structures. So for this example, I can go and create a blank page. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Just select that template and Clickfunnels is going to create that funnel step for you. And now the only thing that you need to do is just go edit page and then start building the structure. For this example, I'm going to be showing what I usually tend to work on, but have in mind that that can change from project to project. Now, for the first top part is going to be a 2-row, one with a logo, and then the other with a paragraph with a support contact. This is going to give the clients a little bit of credibility, right? For this example, let me just use this logo or that logo, doesn't matter. Okay, and then you can adjust it. The design here is not really that important, just adjust it and that's fine. For the last part, I'd like to use a new section and then create right away the bottom. So the bottom is going to be pretty much the same thing as this one. So I'm going to clone it and paste it right there. Of course, that the footer, as it's called, it can be several other and different ways. For this example, I just going to create the same structure. Now, in the middle, in between of these two sections, I just like to use another one and start building from here. The reason why is that if I build block to block, there's going to be a point that I don't have really much space to work on. So if I already have something below the section I'm working on, it's going to be much easier for me to see. For the header, you can choose whatever type you like, but for me, in this case, I'm going to choose the 2-row, one headline. The headline is going to be 48, and then I'm going to add a paragraph right here. This paragraph can be followed by a button. So for that, I'm going to add a button right here and then align it to the left, but it's not really that important. Here, I know that I want to use a pop-up, so I'm going to place the pop-up right there. I can go right away and adjust and create a pop-up if you like, or then leave it for the later stages. Now, I will create right now, so as you can see, I'm adding all the steps necessary for that to be dealt with and built. So I am doing that. Name required, email, and then the last thing that I need is just form button, and then this button should have submit to form. And there you go, you have a pop-up, clean pop-up that you just made. Now here at this point, I will just save the progress, give it metadata if you like, save it again, and then keep going. For this one, I'm just going to be using an image right there. And the background can be anything that you like. For this example, I'm just going to be using the blank. After that, I need to create a section again. This section is going to be for a little bit of credibility. So this credibility can be logos of people that you've worked with, brands that you've worked with, brands or places that you have been featured in, or really if you don't have any of those, it can be 4 things or 3 things that your product or service excels in. Right, so you can be placing any time of like logos right there, or or really just text here, a bold text for the qualities of the service or product. All right, it just can depend, and just go for what you prefer. All right, just make so it is credibility. In this example, I'm going to be using this text. Now, for the next section, I'm going to be using really something that can either be the pain points. So, what are the pain points of your service? Not your service, but what um, your service helps, okay, dealing with, and then give a little bit more info, and then you can go straight for the bullet points. So you can just add a new row, and then add some bullet points in the text, and then bullet list. Okay, just align it to center if you like it, or if you prefer to use video, you can just use video and add it in that way. Okay, just create that part. All right, you can do this. Okay, no problem at all. After that, and by the way, sorry, I forgot. You kinda want to add a button right here. All right. Then you can just play around with the dimension of the button. If you prefer to have it a little bit bigger, it's fine. You can just like that, right? For next one, what I'm going to be doing is just a little bit of a dive deep of the product or service. So I just got the introduction of the service or product, the pain points, what it solves, the video explaining it, and then I want to get more in depth of what the service is. So this part really can depend on the way that you want to explain the features. It can be a two row with an image on the right and some text on the left, right? And then some paragraph. This can be aligned to whatever you like, or and then you can just copy it and paste it the other way around to make it visually appealing, right? You can have this situation right there, or you can use. There's so many things, so many different ways that you can use, right? So you can, for example, use a 2 or 3 column row, and then have some text right here explaining all the benefits from the products right there or service, and then yeah, you would have your section built. All right, you can just go ahead and play around with these two if you like. If you want, you can research more. I do have a template for those for my students. So if you are one of my students, go ahead to the section and download the different design parts and section parts. All right. For nextly, I can go even deeper from the product, but right now I do not want that. What I want is just to start introducing me as the person behind it, behind all the service and products. So what I'm going to do is just a little bit of an introduction, and that introduction is going to be an image on the right, which is going to be me, for example, and then some text on the left, which is going to be, hello, I am XYZ, I do XYZ, and this is why you should get right away my product or service, right? Just a little section right here, okay? After that, you can build some more credibility behind it, and one of the ways that you can do that is just by adding testimonials. So the testimonial part, have in mind that you should be saying what you want to your customers to perceive, right? So let's say what other people are saying about my service or product, right? That makes sense. Now you can write it like this, and then later on just go to advanced and go capitalize if you don't want to really take much of your time. And then on the bottom, you just add a few more rows with a paragraph. You can add more stuff here. For example, a subheadline with the name, for example, of the person that mentioned it. There's really a lot of ways that you can do testimonials, right? But this is all part from the sales page. You are selling your service, your product. You are going dive deep and then building credibility and stuff like that. After the testimonials, you can even add some video testimonials. So for that, you just add some videos right here of people mentioning your product. Okay, this is really standard, and videos sell more than text, by the way. And then what you want to do is really proceed and talk a little bit more and sell a little bit more of your service, or just go straight forward to the last part, to the last call to action, which can be again in several different ways. It can be just like this one, right? Or it can be something different. You just name it as you like. For example, if you like a different one, call to action, just go ahead and add new row, and then let's make like a big bold text here for the last call to action. By the way, have in mind that you should follow the structure that you built right here and the sizes of the text and everything else, but that's just for the design. And then add the last call to action right here, which is going to be, of course, a button. That button needs to be a little bit bigger, but it's not what we are focusing on right now. And then boom, I do know that my buttons need to go for a pop-up, so I will then just go to all the buttons and add pop-ups to all of them. All right, just do that. Now after that, just go to the pop-up and boom, you have a pop-up right here built. If you don't know how to build this pop-up, it's pretty simple. Just add a new row, then add a headline, then add a paragraph, then add a new row, so it's exactly the same. So then add a new row and go ahead and add the forms, right? Input, duplicate the input, give it a little bit more margin, mention that you are an email right here and it's required. And for the first one, mention it is a full name. You just change the text and make it required. And after that, you add a new row, right? And then add the button right here. Okay, just pretty simple. Okay, awesome. You have your pop-up right here, and this will be your sales page. Now, after they go through the sales page, you want them to go to an order form. So check out the next video.